Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. How do you do? There's an answer. Well, this is a song that I love to sing with my child in the morning. I believe many of us here know a mother, are mothers, or have been shaped by one. And it's these small moments that truly define our childhood. With that in mind, allow me to share a bit about who I am. I have two jobs. In the first, I would stand alone in a recording booth while I laugh, sing, whisper, and repeat myself over and over again into a recording microphone. And I've been told this is professional. In the second one, I do the exact same thing, except it's a normal Tuesday. Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Nur Safiah. I'm a voice actor for 10 years with some renowned animated series, and I am a mother. And for the longest time, I genuinely believed that these were two separate parts of my life. The craft and the chaos, the performance and the real thing. It took me a long time to realize that I was wrong. The first animated mother I've ever voiced was perfect. She was gentle, soft-spoken, and patient. She always had the perfect words to say at the perfect moment. She would never raise her voice. She would never say no. And my favorite part of all, she never struggled with bedtime. Wow. That is unrealistic. But as I stood in the booth reading her lines, I thought to myself, wow, this is who I want to be. And so did many others who knew of this character. But here's the thing about voicing a perfect animated mother. You will go home to your very real family and very real children, and the contrast will be humbling. In the booth, I have a script, I have a voice director, I have the ability to say, can we do that again? I think I can do that better or warmer. But real motherhood does not allow for retakes. Real motherhood does not have a retake button. Let me tell you what it's like. It's the 2 a.m. fever, the cleaning up of messes even when you're exhausted. It is the goodbye when you're going off to work. And it is the quiet moments when you ask yourself, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough for my family and my children? Real motherhood does not have a retake button. And yet it is voicing these characters that have taught me the most important thing. The best mothers I've ever voiced were never perfect. They were present. They showed up even during the hard scenes, especially the hard scenes. They were the best because they reflected a part of real motherhood, which is not about having all the right lines or knowing all the answers. It is in fact just showing up, even during the hard times. A child doesn't need a mother who always knows. A child needs a mother who always stays and shows up. Here's something that amazed me completely when I first learned it. In 1980, Two researchers, Anthony Casper and William Pfeiffer, published a study in the journal Science, which found something remarkable. Newborn babies within hours of birth already prefer their mother's voice over strangers. Not because they had been spending time with the mother, but because they had been listening to the mother from inside the womb. Your baby already knows your voice before they know anything at all about the world, before they know your face or your name. They already know you by sound. And I sat with that for a long time. Excuse me. I sat with that for a long time because it means that your voice, just your ordinary, everyday, unpolished, and imperfect voice, is the first thing that your child would call home. And that landed somewhere very personal for me. I spent my working life being intentional about my voice. I would warm it up, I would shape it, I would learn to make certain choices about every breath, every emotion, every word. But my child, they didn't fall in love with the performance. They fell in love with the voice that I use when I'm not trying at all. The one that I use at 5 a.m. before my first cup of coffee. The one that I use when I'm tired at night. And the one that I use when I'm singing back to sleep. That is the voice that has been doing the most important work. And I would learn from a lot of others about the value of my own motherhood. When I would voice a mother in grief, I would cry in grief. And I thought to myself, this grief isn't just a fictional story. This grief comes from within. Every mother knows it. It is a quiet understanding that raising a child at its core is one long living act of letting go. We hold them close today so that they can one day fly. That's their job. We talk a lot about what mothers should be. Patient, selfless, always gentle. And yet, the stories of mothers who we connect with most are the ones who feel real. The ones who embody the storm and the calm. The ones who are struggling and figuring things out at home, and yet they show up anyway every single day. The ones who embody the storm and the calm. And I think that's the whole point. So here's what I can tell you while standing at the intersection between these two worlds. The crafts and the chaos, the performance and the real thing. Science tells us that your baby, your child, already knows your voice before they know anything at all about the world. Your sound, your presence, it is their first sense of safety and security. You are their first home. So you don't need to be the perfect animated mother. You don't need all the right lines. You don't need to know all the answers. You just need to keep showing up and keep being the voice that your child has known and trusted for their entire lives. Your voice has power. Your voice is important. Your voice, exactly as it is, has always been enough.